Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, Saturday, ready to give you updates on Darwin Núñez, Jadon Sancho, but also more to say on Barca talents for the future. Of course, the Nico Williams saga, something on Chelsea. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, here we are ready to discuss with you on the transfer market, ready to see what's gonna happen in the next days, next hours. For sure it's gonna be the next busy week on the market. Today, just to confirm to you some of the stories, Martín Zubimendi, everything signed between Arsenal and Martín Zubimendi. So they have their new midfielder. Congratulations to Arsenal, that here we go. Was back in May, and today we had the confirmation on several media that the deal is done. And so Zubimendi, new midfielder for Arsenal, just confirmed in the last 24 hours with the player traveling to London, who is gonna travel very soon in Milos Kerkez to Liverpool, as we know. It's here we go, who is gonna leave Liverpool this summer, and this remains the plan. I told you in February, but today I want to confirm you once again, is Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez, because the expectation is for the Uruguayan striker to go. What I can tell you is that the feeling is mutual. Liverpool are ready to let the player go for the correct fee, and the player is really open to moving and trying a new chapter this summer after important years at Liverpool. So my expectation remains for Darwin Núñez to leave Liverpool in this summer transfer window. Interest from Saudi clubs since January, but let me mention again Napoli. Why Napoli? Because they had contacts this week for Darwin Núñez. He's the priority dream target for Napoli and for their coach Antonio Conte at striker position. So working on the Darwin Núñez deal. Next week, new contacts will take place between Napoli, Darwin Núñez camp, and Liverpool to understand the conditions of the deal for Darwin. So negotiations are ongoing. The player looks open to a move to Napoli. So Napoli are there, Saudi clubs are there, a lot of interest, and the expectation is for Darwin Núñez to leave Liverpool in this summer transfer window, and also for Liverpool, we know, to go for a new striker this summer in case they sell Darwin. Let's see what's going to happen also for more players, but Liverpool are exploring the strikers market. It's not guaranteed that they will sign one more player, also because they invested big money on Florian Wirtz, but for sure Liverpool are looking at options. I keep receiving many questions on Alexander Isak. Guys, we know Isak is the dream target for Liverpool and for Arsenal. He's a player that many clubs love, but at the moment there are no substantial updates, no offers, no contacts, no negotiations with Newcastle. Newcastle insists on keeping the player, so very difficult. It will take a crazy proposal to open the doors for Alexander Isak. And then Hugo Ekitike, who remains a candidate for Liverpool striker position, a player they appreciate, and I keep repeating to you that they are in contact with the agents of the player. So it's going to be for sure an interesting story to follow in this summer transfer window. Then guys, there is more to say also on Jadon Sancho, because for Jadon Sancho there are also movements taking place. Manchester United have been clear with the player. They will try to sell him in this first part of the summer transfer window. So if they find a permanent transfer proposal, for Man United is the best solution, and also for the player to part ways on a permanent transfer. At the moment, still nothing concrete in terms of advanced negotiations. Interest from Napoli, but Napoli don't want to cover the whole salary of Jadon Sancho, and Napoli don't want to cover the whole salary even in case they sign him on a permanent transfer. So the transfer fee would not be a problem for Napoli, but the salary is too high. So or Man United accept Napoli conditions maybe later in the window, or Jadon Sancho has to accept a different salary to join Napoli. Otherwise, it's going to be a different club. So we're going to see what's going to happen with this case, but the expectation remains for Jadon Sancho to leave Manchester United in this summer transfer window after Chelsea decided not to activate the option to keep the player at the club at the beginning of the summer transfer window. Busy hours also for Chelsea. We mentioned Chelsea for this Jadon Sancho story. We have to see also what's going to happen with Chelsea in the next days, because Chelsea remains involved in the strikers market. We know they made the call for Hugo Ekitike a few weeks ago to ask about the conditions of the deal. 100 million euros was considered too high as price, but Chelsea keep following the strikers market, Ekitike and more players. So striker remains a position they can cover this summer. And also I keep receiving many questions on the goalkeeper. I would say that the Mike Maignan story was over before the Club World Cup, so 15 million euros offered, rejected by Milan, and the story was off. Let's see if Chelsea decide to reactivate the Mike Maignan story later in the window, or different goalkeepers, because Chelsea are still being offered several goalkeepers on daily basis. The goalkeeper story at Chelsea could not be over, so let's follow the situation later in the window, because there are still movements behind the scenes with many important agents offering Chelsea goalkeepers. They are trusting the ones they have, but this story could be still open with Maignan or any other goalkeeper later in the transfer window. So let's see what's gonna happen with the goalkeepers. But at the moment, we know Chelsea position was very clear. When the Mike Maignan deal was off, Chelsea confirmed their trust in their current goalkeepers. We're gonna see also what happens with Barcelona. It's gonna be a busy summer transfer window for Barca because Juan Garcia is official for Nico Williams. I keep many questions on a daily basis. Guys, now it's time for the lawyers to work on that. Now, more than a transfer story, is a story on the technical, financial, lawyers' point of view. They need to understand how, when, if Barcelona can make it work with the financial fair play, with the payment in one solution of the release clause, because Athletic Bilbao don't want to accept different payment terms at the moment. They say release clause or nothing. The release clause is in one solution, 58 million euros plus taxes, so Barcelona need to understand if they can make it happen or not. For sure, Barca have an agreement with the player, 6-year contract, 7-8 million euros, but still waiting to see if they can make it work for the financial fair play with La Liga. So next week, new contest will take place for Barcelona to get the green light and bring in Nico Williams. Barca are trying for sure, but we have to see if they will be able to make it happen. And we know there are English clubs now considered out of the race, at the moment at least, very quiet, because they believe the player will go to Barcelona. Bayern have a different attitude, while English clubs are giving up. Bayern have a different attitude because they're still watching the situation. Like, okay, if the player is going to Barca, fine, we will go for a different target, like Rafa Leao and more. Otherwise, if the player is not going to Barcelona, Bayern still want to try till the end. But at the moment, again, they know that the priority, the full priority, is for Barca. Also important to say, guys, on Barcelona about talents, for Rony Bardghji, contacts ongoing with the player, camp, and with Copenhagen. For this talented Swedish winger out of contract in December, wanted by Porto and more clubs, but Barca are working on a deal to sign Rony Bardghji, could be one for the future, and for the future is going to be also Cardoso Varela from Dinamo Zagreb. Because Barcelona know that the player extended his contract till 2028, a 3-year deal at Dinamo Zagreb, so staying at the club this summer for sure, but from 2026 Barcelona want to block the player, to prepare a deal for the player. They are in active talks for that, in excellent relationship with the players' camp, same agency as Juan Garcia, Dani Olmo, so a very good relationship, and Barcelona keep working for the present with Nico Williams, but also for the future with Cardoso Varela, with Rony Bardghji, with Deco, planning for the future of the club for several talents. And so guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories from Barcelona future plans, Nico Williams, Chelsea should go for a new goalkeeper or trust the ones they have, and then Darwin Núñez, Jadon Sancho, Hugo Ekitike and more. Guys, let me know your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio.